Operation guides for making a multiple pieces mold. Prepare all tools we need. Polish the mold line and keep the mold good. Position the mold line on the top of the mold when drawing, and run around the face and eyes of the mold. The structure of the rubber is complicated, so we separate it into several parts to make multiple pieces silicone rubber mold. Fix the mold on the vacuum tank, then fix the mold on the wood board. After that, fix them on the other board vertically, then pile up the clay. The size of the vacuum tank should be larger than or equal to the size of the mold bottom. The clay cannot be too hard, and it should be closed to the mold. There cannot be any gaps between them. After that, smooth the clay with your moistened finger and cut the redundant clay. After fixing the clay, make some latches on the clay evenly. The latches should be about 1 centimeter away from the mold. The latches can gather the silicone rubber mold much better and avoid the dislocations between two pieces of silicone rubber mold. Brush detergent or soapy water evenly on the mold, then choose the silicone rubber that depends on the structure and the size of the mold. This rubber has a complicated structure, so we use Hongye HY628 silicone rubber. Mix the silicone rubber and the curing agent evenly. The proportion of the curing agent should be 2% to 5%. Vacuum pumping. Vacuum pump to minus 0.1 milliampere. This can exhaust the bubbles from the silicone rubber mold. Otherwise, it could leave some granules on the surface of product. Reduce the proportion of curing agent if you don't have a vacuum pump machine, which can extend the curing time to exhaust the bubble. Brush the first layer of silicone rubber on the mold evenly. The first layer of silicone rubber should be thinner than 1 mm, which is to cover the mold and clay thinly. Brush the second layer of silicone rubber till the first time is cured, about 15 minutes. The proportion of curing agent in second layer of silicone rubber should be higher than the first one. It should spend 5 to 8 minutes to cure. After brushing the second or the third layer of silicone rubber, cover a layer of gauze when the silicone rubber stops flowing. Then brush a last layer of silicone rubber when the silicone rubber is cured. The gauze can increase the tension and the strength of the mold. According to the size of product, add one more layer of gauze. Generally, it will not cover more than 2 layers of gauze. Gypsum out mold making. Before making the out mold, trim the silicone rubber mold. Make a square frame with 4 pieces of wood board and pour the gypsum into the mold. After the gypsum is solidified, remove the clay, clean the mold, trim the silicone rubber mold, paint Vaseline on the mold. Then repeat the steps above to make the other piece of silicone rubber mold. Trim the silicone rubber mold and the gypsum outer mold when the mold is solidified completely. The silicone rubber mold can be used into production after 24 hours and should be stored in ventilated, cool, and dry place.